So this is a different type of rotor on these vans, just to let you know ahead of time. And they have the bolts built into the rotor, so it's going to be a different system than you're used to. Alright, now you've got to remember that these little caps are plastic. You need to unscrew them first before you go any further. And then place your jack on the frame. There's a certain spot for everything, so you got to place it right on the frame. There's a little welded place that you could tell that that's exactly the place for the jack. And lift it up. Next thing you will need, let me just slip this glove back on. Just want to loosen this, but you need a tool. With this 6-angle tool, I can't read the millimeter because I what's it called? I had them laying in glue, so undo two. Okay, you gotta undo these two bolts. So right here, it's got a rubber little piece around it, and there's one over here, and then it slips right off. So once you get this unscrewed, just have to kind of pop it out. Alright, so the brakes are not too bad, but since I'm down here I will replace them. And the rotor's not too bad, but I'm still gonna replace it just in case. Alright, so I popped this cap off, which is pretty simple. You just use a screwdriver and kind of pop it on the back side and kind of wiggle its way out while spinning. And what we have is this little screw that needs to be removed with this bent out first. Next is unscrewing easy slide. Alright, so that slid out pretty easily. Now what you got to do is, when you pull this bearing out, make sure you're putting in exactly how you found it. Alright, so you have this bearing right on the inside of the rotor, and the way to get it out is I have this piece of E-pave wood, which is hard as iron, but it's still wood, so it won't do a whole lot of damage. And I kind of put it on the edge, on the inside, and just hit it with a rubber mallet, and it popped out. So you kind of rotate, hit a little, put it over here, hit a little, put on this, and kind of rotate it so you don't bend anything. And yeah, once you get it out, just lube up your new one and slip it in. Alright, so I popped it in with a rubber mallet and just kind of knocked it. Always use a rubber mallet for these kind of tools, because you don't want to damage anything, because then you have to go, and it takes time out of your schedule to actually go to the auto store and order it, or it could slow you down. So don't use anything metal, anything sharp. Alright, so you just slide everything back in and put the ball bearing in, and there's this little metal washer here that kind of fits right over the hole over here, this little groove. And so slide it on top of there and tighten the bolt back up. Oh, another thing you got to do is not forget to your caliper over there, the brakes, you got to kind of hang them up so they don't just hang, and any system will work. You could put up a bucket underneath and just kind of sit it on top, because the van is 2001, it's 14 years old, and you don't want it to, who knows how brittle everything is. You don't want to replace parts that you don't need to. So once this is on, you push the pin back in and you're good to go. Now after you pop the pin back in, you kind of have to move the bolt around a little bit. After you pop that back in, what you need to do is just bend it back to where you found it, and then put the cap back on. Alright, Alright, so pin the clip back. Alright, so once you have the brakes sucked back in, this little thing, you just put a clamp on it. Oh, there it goes. And just suck it in. And then loop the bolts, pull them out, loop the little metal part in there on these, and put them back in, and tighten everything up, and the wheel's ready to come back on. It's an easy system. Make sure you put a lot of grease in here. That's the most important. I didn't show it on this because I'm going to come back to it. I'm going to come back and take it apart and do all these little joints that haven't been greased for a long time. So I'll come back, I'll take it all apart, take this off, and grease the heck out of it. And so this is what it looks like after the fact. You know, take safety precautions, and good luck. If you have any questions, just leave a comment or email me, and I will respond to you as quick as I can. Usually I look at my YouTube once or twice a day, depends on, you know, if it's late at night, I might take a couple days to respond. So please subscribe, and thank you for watching.